up next, we are joined by Barco, an industry leader known for pushing the boundaries of video technology. So welcome, Gareth, and Ted. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing? How's the first day holding out for you?
Very
Awesome.
busy, as usual.
Survived so far.
Well, you get to sit down and relax with us for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So look, let's kick off. We saw your big announcement yesterday about partnering with several major players in the LED space, some of whom you've historically been competitors with. So what's driving this new collaborative strategy, and how does it align with Barco's direction in the LED market?
All right, so let me comment a bit. So as Barco, we are more than 30 years in video technology, being it the projection, rear projection, LCD, LED, in the typical Barco markets. Now, if we look at LED, especially in narrow pixel pitch LED, there is a very fast evolution ongoing, and it has to be in order to cost down the technology and to mature the technology. With the recent move to chip on board, MIP, later on chip on glass, we have a lot of acronyms in LED world. There's a huge investment involved, and we see quite a consolidation in the number of players. So we believe for pure chip-on-board manufacturing, there are probably less than a tenfold of players who are really manufacturing the chip-on-board technology. Now, with this context, as Barco, we believe that we should complement each company's strengths instead of, rebranding and putting it into the market. Now, knowing that, Barco has a long history into the image processing, the LED processing. We go back 25 years. It has been deployed indoor, outdoor, entertainment, enterprise, large pitches, small pitches. So we have a huge build-up intellectual property in that domain. So it's far beyond image quality only. It also involves the way you calibrate in the production line, the way you optimize your full system if you add it on with controlware. So that's a real strength of Barco, that especially combining with our controlware, that we really want to step into, focus on that one, and combine with strengths of other companies in the LED industry.
Well, I was going to kind of add on to that the pro display industry is under transformational growth, and the LED is on the rise. By 2028, LED technology is going to be 55% of a $40 billion market, and that is being driven by this evolution from packaged technologies to LED like SMD and IMD to unpackaged, which is chip on board and chip in glass. So there's going to be less and less vendors in the industry, suppliers from, it used to be thousands, now it's a couple hundred, to where it's going to be, as Gerrit mentioned, it's going to be 10 or 12, maybe 15 at most. And so companies, brands need differentiation. They need to find special, unique solutions that target unique vertical markets. And I think this is some of what Gerrit and team have been doing with this new product strategy.
Wonderful, and it sounds like you guys really know what you're doing in terms of those partnerships. And from a practical standpoint, can you just share with us how all of those new partnerships that you were speaking about, how are they structured? And what does working together actually really look like behind the scenes?
Okay, very good question. So actually we call it LED Alliance model. It actually means Barco will integrate its image processing technology on the chip on board, MIP, whatever, technologies of LED partners, LED Alliance partners, which were announced yesterday. So it will become available on the platforms of the partners. We can, of course, combine it, let's say, from a system point of view with our controlware, but that's how the alliance is being set up. Now, there is a win for every stakeholder in this game. So for Barco, we give access to our customers to state-of-the-art LED platforms. For our LED Alliance partners, first of all, they get a boost on the image performance on their platforms, and of course, they can grab a part of the Barco business in the LED domain. When we start to combine with our controlware, actually we optimize the full system, which is for the system integrator, the end user, also a step up in this complete game. And finally, due to this LED Alliance, we make our image processing technology also available for markets where Barco is not present. So in that way, we have a wider coverage of, let's say, the huge IP we built up in the last 25 years.
Great. Well,
So Barco's Infinipix, if I've said that right, processor has been it's been a key part of your LED offering for many years. Now, what sets it apart, and why should integrators or end users pay close attention to the processing behind an LED video wall?
Okay, so on the Infinipix, again, it's a 25 years accumulation of deployments and expertise into the market. We can club it in 3 categories. One is, of course, the image quality. So we have a 23-bit processing, which gives you the colors that you want to have no matter what brightness level. And Barco knows colors from the cinema industry.
Yeah.
We have, let's say, a sub-1 frame latency that we have out of the simulation industry, which is very convenient for gaming, but also to avoid smearing and tearing effects. And of course, we have the Barco scalers, which are also being used in projection. And for instance, if you can scale SCADA content, you can scale a lot of content. So that's the whole image quality category. But there's another category which we call secure by Barco. It's we are in mission critical industry, so control rooms is, for instance, a big part of us. So we're used to offer, or let's say, to have solutions for high uptimes, continuous availability, redundancy. And now we are adding to that, and Gerrit will come back on that one, the whole cybersecurity story, so the whole end-to-end security story, meaning your content needs to be protected, integrity, from, let's say, the source up to the pixel, we call it, up to when you go into the video wall, as you see behind us.
Yeah, final pixel.
And the last category is actually the ease of integration, the ease to set it up, the ease to operate, the ease to maintain, which is again a legacy of Barco, backed up by Barco brand name. It has been developed, it's being manufactured in Europe, and it goes through the quality assurance of Barco. So that's a bit, in a nutshell, what Infinipix brings to our LED Alliance partners.
and we want to hear a little bit more about the cybersecurity piece of it. You know, that's a really important thing, and you know, you're really hearing a lot about it in our industry as well as many others. So can you speak to that?
Yes, so one of the things, it was a white paper produced by one of the network manufacturers in the building, talking about the fact that, you know, the idea of a converged network has been very slow to come out, very slow to sort of really happen in the AV industry, because as manufacturers of AV equipment, all of us have been very bad at following the IT world on cybersecurity and managing that side of it. So one of the powerful things is nowadays it's not so much about your hardware, it's about your software and what you're up to.
Yeah.
So we, as Gerrit was mentioning, we build cybersecurity for our mission critical KVM stuff. Once you've got that built, you know, redeploying it to do, you know, access control for LED manufacturers and things like that is really simple to do. So by learning and taking parts from the fact that we also have a medical team, so we learn from the medical industry, we learn from the critical national infrastructure industry, we learn from all of these different spaces, and our product security office work together and like share these learnings between each different part of Barco to make sure that our products can go into these spaces in a way that customers feel secure about. They can have the conversation with the IT team, which normally AV people try and avoid. We want to make sure that we can have that conversation with those IT end users and making sure they feel secure.
Yeah, really exciting. So looking ahead, what does success look like for this partnership then? What are the outcomes you're hoping to achieve in short term, long term? What can you share with us? Okay, I think well, it can be very simple if our customers are happy. So I think we are happy. So we really want to put an uplifted full system proposal into the market. Secondly, I think we believe it will also be a growth story for our alliance partners. So it needs to be something in for them also. And finally, if the Barco LED processing technology goes beyond the typical Barco markets, I will be very happy that it gets deployed everywhere.
Fantastic. And for anybody here on the show floor, where can they find your booth? Not I can tell you.
Yeah, help us.
All right, well, for all of you on the show floor,
Yep.
be sure to check out Barco at booth 2829. So really want to thank you guys for joining us. Really excited to stop by and see all of this that you were discussing.
Yeah, really
there.
exciting times.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.